Hello, it's Lee Gardner here. I hope that you're all well. What I'd like to do today is give you 5 tips to take control of your pension. Hopefully, this advice I give you will give you a much better idea of the things you can do to get a better outcome in retirement. So, I'm going to tell you what you need to know and what you need to do to get a better understanding of your pension in retirement. So, we're going to work through these steps over the next couple of minutes. So step number 1, I call this love your spreadsheet. So how much money do I need? Take the time to complete a thorough record of your expenditure, both now and what you need that to look like in retirement. Take the time to plan for essential and non-essential needs. Also consider contingency funds if things don't go to plan. So for example, repairs on the property, on the car, what if you're ill? What about care costs? And the biggest thing is make sure you plan for a long enough period of time. My experience is that people don't think they're going to be in retirement as long as they probably are. We're all living a lot longer. So plan for at least 30 years of your retirement. And if you struggle, like a lot of people, to put together comprehensive spreadsheets to do this, there are some sites available that will give you some help with this. I've named a few here: Yolt, Money Dashboard, Money Hub. They are great sites that will give you a start and help you put together that expenditure, which is vitally important to work out what you need in retirement. So once you've worked out what you need, it comes down to what have you got. Now, the government have been talking about this pension dashboard for years and years and years, and it's about allowing the public to be able to put together all their pensions and potential retirement income all together into one place on their smartphones, tablets, and computers. The likelihood is that's a few years away at the moment. That isn't available at the moment. So unfortunately, this is going to be something you're going to have to do yourself. So working out how much you have got is really important. So first of all, contact all of your pension providers and get up-to-date statements. If you have old employers where you've had pension benefits you've left behind, you'll need to contact those to get those statements as well. And also, a massively underestimated part of your retirement plans, what's your state pension? So get a state pension forecast from the government official site, and it will tell you whether you're on track to get maximum state pension. If you have had pensions in the past but have lost track of them, there is also a government site, and I'll put the link in the notes for this, where it helps you try and track down missing pensions. So getting all the information together in terms of what you've accumulated up to this point is critical in terms of planning for your retirement. So you've now got an idea about how much money you're going to spend in retirement and what you want for your holidays, your treats, your non-essentials. You've also now got an idea of what you've accumulated up to this point and what that's likely to be at retirement. The next thing to do is to check, are you going to run out of money? So you've looked at your budget, you've looked at the projections, are you going to have enough money in retirement? Are you going to run out? This is where the pension calculator comes into its own. Which and Barclays both have really good calculators that you can go on and have a look at, or your advisor can sort this for you. If it works out that you are going to run out of money, that you've set the budgets and things too high, then what other options do you have? Could you work a bit longer? Could you work maybe part-time and phase your retirement? What about reducing your retirement spend? And for a lot of people, what about downsizing? The family home now might be too big, and by downsizing and moving to a smaller property, you could release equity from that property that would help support you for retirement. You also have the option to do equity release, to release money from the property if you don't want to move house. But just making sure that you've got a handle on how long that money is going to last in retirement is vitally important. Number 4, important admin. Investment risk first and foremost. Most people do not have any idea the level of investment risk they're taking with their retirement fund. Now, for some people, this is this is a huge asset. In some cases, this asset can be as much as the value of their property. In some cases, more. So you've got this huge asset, but very little care and attention is paid to what's happening with the money that's inside those accounts. So is it low risk? Is it medium? Is it high risk? Having an idea about that level of risk that you're taking with your money is massively important. How would you feel coming up to retirement, a week, a month, a couple of months away from you moving into this retirement phase of suddenly there's a stock market crash and 10, 15, 20% gets wiped off of your funds overnight? You'd be pretty upset. So making sure you have an idea of the level of risk that you're taking and whether that's appropriate for you is so important. I'll now come on to charges and fees. This is a real bugbear of mine. Most insurance companies do not tell you on an annual basis how much you're paying in fees and charges. Every single month on a personal pension or a defined contribution arrangement, money has been taken from your plan to pay for the running costs. And most people haven't got a clue. So getting an idea of what you're paying in charges and fees is really important. The more money that comes out of your plan in charges, the less money you've got available for your retirement. So being aware of these numbers is really important. And beneficiaries, what's going to happen to the money if something happens to you? When was the last time you completed your nomination form? Have you had children since? Have you married? Have you divorced? So making sure that the money goes to the right place is really, really important. Now, if you can't or are struggling to do some of this stuff yourself and it seems daunting, that's where number 5 comes into play. So do you do all of this yourself or do you get advice? Now, as soon as you move across to the advice, there's going to be some cost involved. And this is probably one of the big reasons that puts people off taking advice. It's probably the most important time of your life. The decisions you make are going to have an impact for the next 10, 15, 20 years. It's never about cost. It's always about value in my mind. So if by paying someone to help you with some of these things, it's going to mean you're going to be in a better position. You're going to have more peace of mind. You have maybe greater value on your contracts over time. Then that's something you need to weigh up. So I would suggest if you're going to get advice, speak to 2 or 3 advisors, get a feeling for that advisor as to whether they get you and they understand you and you feel comfortable working with them. And also get an idea of what the costs are likely to be. They should tell you at the end of that first meeting. Most advisors will offer an initial meeting at no cost. They should be able to give you an idea at the end of that meeting what the costs will be to work with them, not only initially to get everything organised and sorted out, but also on an ongoing basis. It saves you lots of time. It may save you lots of pain in terms of getting it wrong. There are self-service platforms. So if you do want to do this yourself, people like Hargreaves Lansdown, Nutmeg, PensionBee, they will give you a platform to do a good majority of this yourself. But make sure that you do something about this and you don't just leave it to chance. Finally, questions. So if you have any questions about your retirement, about anything we've covered, I am more than happy to answer any of those questions. You can email me and I will respond and answer your question. I'm also going to post a link in the notes to my diary. So if you have a killer question and you want 15 minutes of my time to ask me that question over the phone or over Zoom, I'm going to put a link in the notes and you're going to be able to do that. As I said to you, I think this is the most important area of finances. So getting it right, I think is massively important. So there's lots of ways you can get in touch with me. Our website details are here. I have a Facebook page, Pensions Made Simple, where we share lots of information about pensions there. On my YouTube channel, there are lots and lots of articles around pensions and pensions planning, and all of the other ways of getting in touch with me are there. So I hope that you've found that useful. I hope that you've got something from there. And if you do have any questions, any queries, I look forward to answering those and helping you manage your money and get a greater understanding of your money. So as always, look after yourself, look after your money, and I'll speak to you soon.